I'm really hyped about this show tonight. I got Resident Gamer Zero in the building, but I got a very special guest that's about to kick it off in a minute right after this intro. I can't wait for y'all to know who it is, man. Let's go.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Xbox gamers and geeks. This is your general. Had to stop by, had to speak about some things going on with the squad, changing of the business, changing of the guard. That's right. We've been at war.
Did he cut out? I don't hear him.
To understand that there's a new way of making money. There's a new way of power and domination. And for so long, we've been going back and forth with these ponies and going back and forth with the IGNs and going back and forth with all these console warriors that are game journalists. And Microsoft is playing chess while these other fools is playing checkers. You got to understand, man, Nintendo ain't so popular right now, right? Sony, they haven't even introduced a first-party game. So Microsoft giving everybody games. Why should I sell on one block when I can sell on every block? Gotta wake up, man. Gotta understand it's a new game. It's a new era. It's a new way. Satya, Phil, you know what I'm saying? And Sandra, they know, and Matt, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They are really flexing their will and sheer dominance. That's what they're doing. You understand? So, hey, we got Gears of War Reloaded coming. My man, New Legal, his game. Can't nobody beat him in that game. He probably is tied to that game as far as his soul. But yeah, we're not just going to put it on Xbox. We're going to put it on everything. See, let the general speak to you. Them days, man. Them days of one game on the console, baby. It's just not going to get it, man. It's just not going to get it. Because everything is changing as far as the infrastructure. But look, man, the business going to change. The power going to change. Microsoft business plan is going to change. So we got to change. We have to grow up as far as gamers. We have to understand that it's a new day. It's a new way of making money. And look, man, our company that we so-called root for, that we bleed green, it's getting stronger and stronger. Because look at Sony. They backpedal. They can't do anything. The PS5 Pro is not even as good as the Series X, which shows you how great the Series X is as far as a machine. Now, I know because of these tariffs, everything went up. I get it. But that ain't Microsoft. That's the world, man. That's global, and that's what's going on. But for those of you who got your systems, for those of you that ride with Xbox, for those of you that ride with Microsoft, for those of you that been riding with Phil, nah, we ain't turning tail now. We still holding it down. Except we pimping everybody's ecosystem. We pimping the Nintendo 2, or whatever, Switch 2, we pimping the PS5, we pimping Steam, and hey, understand this, that the main pimp, the main sweet daddy is Game Pass. Understand that. The main sweet daddy is Game Pass, baby. That's what it is, baby. Game Pass. You gotta understand what the blueprint is, right? We making everybody come to Game Pass. That's it. Everybody's coming to Game Pass. They're gonna need to come to Game Pass. Because that's where the games are gonna be at. Game Pass. You understand? There's a blueprint. There's a method to the madness right now. And I know the change is different. But hey, I got to get back to this bunker. I got to get back to taking care of my squad. I'm going to get in this tank. I love y'all. Xbox, I'm out.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Man, wasn't that a treat? That was a treat beyond a treat. It's good to see my man still doing good out here, still standing tall.
Nothing but facts, famo.
Facts, bro. Cooked them. Facts. It's good to see everybody up in here. It's good to see Rain G4 up in the building, man. To everybody around the world that could have been doing whatever they're doing, but they decided to come by and stop by and kick their feet up, grab some popcorn. We just want to say thank you, because you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to come out here on Di-RRec Gaming. So y'all know what the whole hoorah is all about. We've seen the tears once again, the fake tears, but I love it every single time. Every single time. I just hope this time they didn't tie their bootstraps up too tight and it cut off their circulation down at their ankles 30 below.
I don't think they realize yet, famo, that it's not a win for PlayStation, it's a win for Xbox. Every game that goes to their platform.
Famo? Right, Rez. Rez. I think they do. The only problem is they don't want to admit it. They're ashamed of what's going on, man. They got Ghost of Yote crashing in October the 2nd of this year.
They're just cap, right? They're just super cap.
Facts. Nobody cares about that game. Nobody talks about that game. Look, man, the funny part about this whole situation, before I get serious, is that Gears of War Reload is going to be played more than Marathon, a brand new game. A 20-year-old classic will get more people on it than a brand new game.
Sad.
From Sony. This is facts. Either way, the donkey's catching L either way. The donkey's catching L either way, because both games they got to pay for. See, you're moving into the era of content and services. Anybody talking hardware is retarded in 2025. Nobody cares about no damn hardware in 2025.
Bro, they still act like it's the 90s, 2000s, family.
Right. Let me tell you how I know that. Exactly. Let me tell you how I know this. Not too long ago, in the distant past, right? Xbox Live had 100 million active users on it. In 2025, it has quadrupled to 500 million active subscribers. So for everybody that's yelling Xbox dead for the malarkey and the comedy purposes of hatred, they're doing it in vain. It's a waste of time, because Microsoft has now gained its true form in this ghost form, to where everything is susceptible to Xbox now. Donkeys gotta pay tribute to Xbox. There's no getting around it. Exactly, Donut. See, the one-trick pony in Sony, by thinking that exclusives were the reasons that people ran out and bought PlayStations, that's gone. That's gone. That's been so super duper exposed that nobody believes that anymore. They can't even make enough games to get anybody to care, to get anybody to wonder. They don't make enough games. So if you are one of these people that are buying consoles for exclusives, then we know you're not gaming. You're not gaming at all. You're just sitting around waiting. We're not waiters over here. So we're going to get down to it. We're going to get down to it, y'all. Gears of War Reload. And I thought it was going to be Gears of War E-Day. See, that's what they really wanted to happen, so they could put some brag in the bag. Because PlayStation having no games is severely hurting them. They are really, really trying to hold on to every ounce of emotional graft they can have, Resident. But because PlayStation keeps failing them over and over again. Look at State of Play. That was hilarious. You see how they quickly got off that State of Play. They don't want nobody to remember that was just a dud. That was a no-show. Sony didn't even come to that party. They were nowhere to be found because they have nothing to be found. They have nothing to be found. There's nothing over there. Xbox has taken over PlayStation 5. Pretty soon, the storefront will be all these other types of games other than PlayStation games. Mark our words, the comedy show will start soon. Don't worry. Your PlayStation is going to be just a third-party storefront device. That's it. Because they cannot hang with Big Bang. They cannot. Little Bang cannot hang with Big Bang. And I know that tears at y'all's hearts. And you want to find a way to get mad at Microsoft. Well, find a way. But as far as the new legal goes, I'm getting the next Xbox next generation. I don't care who gets it and who don't. I'm pretty sure Resident Gamer feels the same way. I'm pretty sure Dolomite, Metroplex, they feel the same way. I don't care what anybody gets. I'm getting that next Xbox. You know why? Because I know the capabilities that I want. I don't want PC. PC don't give me the capabilities I want. I don't want PlayStation. It doesn't give me the capabilities. And I damn sure don't want Nintendo and their dog shit capabilities. So what are we doing out here? I love my capabilities on Xbox. I love it. I love it. Rez?
One of the reasons why I love it so much, Famo. It's the tech is just amazing.
Facts. I really want to. I'm gonna get deep for a minute, Rez. I don't think they're ready for this, man. I don't think they're ready for this. They need to go to another show where they can get pampered, man, with feelings. But I'm fixing to get down to it. To all you centaurs out there that won't show what you do on Gears of War, the gatekeeper is here. The last thing you're going to want to do is come out in August and act like you put in work on Gears of War. And I'm still around. I'm going to get my crew. We're going to do some tagging. And, man, we're going to have some fun this year. We're going to round them up, boys. We're going to have some fun. Watching these dudes get murked. I hope their pride gets them the wallet. Sustain the price. Go out here and buy that purchase. Get it, love it. Subscribe to your PlayStation Plus, because you're going to have to add that too. Put all that money into that 20-year-old game, because I ain't got to play for it. I already got it. So I'm going to get Reload for free. See how that works on Xbox? That's the beauty of Xbox. That's the value of Xbox. Go get it. Get online, activate your crossplay. Oh, no, you don't have time to practice. Trust me, you ain't going to have time to practice. You'll always be garbage at it. Trust me. The Xbox community is about to go on a sweep, man. 4-0. This ain't even going to be funny. 4-0, sweep, first round. PlayStation community is about to get their face mopped. They'll get their face
in the
mopped.
building.
They'll get their face mopped when they do Halo 2. They're going to do Halo 2 and have it premiered on PlayStation as well for first timers, right? Because Microsoft was serious about meeting y'all where y'all was at, and they know. So for every dummy out there that acts like Xbox is hurting, I'm gonna repeat this one more time. Microsoft is a data company / software company. If the numbers didn't make sense, they wouldn't do it. Okay? Microsoft ain't gonna make big moves, and it's not seen as to why they're making it. 30 Below says Oblivion is number 3 in sales already. Facts. Facts. Everything Xbox does is gonna turn gold, bro. That's not even up for grabs anymore. Everybody's confident in what Xbox is doing. Don't let nobody fake you. Right? 30 Below, everything that Microsoft is doing is a plus. That's just a guarantee. That's a guarantee right now. Microsoft can't lose. Everything that they're doing is making sense because they see the numbers. They see the numbers. If they felt like what they were going to do was going to give a drawback to the Xbox console, they wouldn't do it. It's just that point blank period seriousness right there. Facts. If they saw that making this move was going to crush their consoles, they wouldn't do it because this is what they know. They see the track. If Xbox Series X is 2 million behind the Xbox One, there's no need to panic. That means they're right on schedule. You gotta look at the fact that we had COVID years as well. The Xbox One or previous Xbox before that never had anything like that. But they had no pandemic. So the fact that this console went through a pandemic and still coming out on top, Microsoft ain't caring about that. They know that they have a solid fan base. The Xbox One proved that. In all of its mishaps and all of its under the glory stories, the Xbox One still managed to pull out 60 million console sales. That's 60 million diehard Xbox fans. Period. They're on track. They're not off track. They're on track. So if Xbox is on track with that, and they boldly come out and let you know ahead of time that they're making another console, what are y'all out here fussing about? The cloud infrastructure they spent billions of dollars on, y'all wanted them to waste that? This ain't PlayStation. I keep telling y'all that. This ain't PlayStation. This is big bank. This is big money. This is dollar. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. This ain't the yen. For all you dummies out there that think you wondering why we're not getting those PlayStation games, it's the same reason why Sony don't put those PlayStation games on PlayStation Plus. They see the numbers too, and guess what? It don't add up. The yen is weaker than the dollar. The yen is weaker than the dollar. This is why you don't see Sony or Nintendo games flying all over the place. Because the yen is weaker than the dollar. You've always wondered why Nintendo don't drop their price. What do you want to do? Go out of business? The yen is weaker than the dollar. They gotta keep. You wonder why Nintendo just told you you're gonna pay $80 before the tariffs even came into play? I guess y'all don't understand stuff. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't look up stuff. Y'all ain't students of the game. Y'all are just out here. Let me read something to y'all. And I'm going to put this in the chat pack. Because the chat pack, that's my family over there. I don't ever say stuff just to be saying it. So let me put this over in the chat pack so y'all can get some of this truth. Let me throw this down in here for y'all, man. Check this out. This is what a lot of these dummies don't understand out here. They just running their mouth. But when you just look at that, you get a clear picture of why things are the way they are. The yen to dollar is at its weakest level since 1986. I'm gonna repeat that again. The Japanese dollar bill, right, which is called the yen, is weaker to the US dollar bill at its weakest level since 1986. Some of y'all wasn't even born then. I'm going to read this. They be like, man, where legal be getting this stuff from? Not from the people you watch. That's definitely for sure. The yen is weak, very weak against the US dollar. The Japanese currency has reached levels this month that were last seen since 1986. Although it has recovered slightly from the significant low of 161.95 against the dollar. That's insane. We do not at present see a sustained counter move. Even assumptions don't change the fact that Japan may have intervened in the market yesterday following a release of U.S. consumer prices supporting the yen. The rapid fall in the yen, it has dropped about 15% more against the dollar this year alone might have been seen as a self-fulfilling prophecy. The yen falls because investors sell. The investors sell because the yen falls. Is the Japanese currency caught in a vicious cycle? You wonder why Japan hasn't been able to do anything. You wonder why your PlayStation sitting in void. You wonder why Nintendo didn't have no games for you. You wonder that. I know you deep down wondered that. The yen is in peril. The yen is weaker than the dollar bill. You thought it was a game, but I'm letting you know why Japan yen is failing and why is it so weak against the dollar bill. Why is it so weak? Look, the weakness of the Japanese currency is back in the spotlight after sinking to its lowest level since April of 1990, yo. You can't make this shit up. The yen is in shambles. This is what's going on. And the tariffs only made it worse. Only made things worse out of the Japanese economy. It's already weak. It's at its weakest level ever. You're not getting anything. You're not going to get anything. Microsoft is a big tech company. You don't think they don't know this information? They know information in businesses because it's a big tech software company. If you have anything as a business, most likely you have a Windows operating system somewhere in your company. And because of that, Microsoft understands your critical advances in your business. Microsoft knows that making businesses better is why it's here. That's the whole point of Microsoft. They're not here to crush your business. They're here to make your business better because they're going to put their products in your business. They're the ultimate ghost company. Microsoft just wants to ghost everybody. And you got these centaurs out here fronting like they Xbox fans. You dummies don't play Gears of War. We're going to prove that this year that y'all don't play Gears of War. See, we about to start separating the sheep from the goats. We going to start separating y'all. Man, a lot of y'all going to get tagged. Watch the fiascos begin. They're going to be so mad. They're going to come up with all kind of excuses not to come to the show. Illegal going to have his record button ready. This is Di-RRec Gaming. The hell's wrong with y'all? We're going to get down to the bottom of this. But the yen is weak. Gears of War coming to PlayStation 5. A 20-year-old game. Y'all ain't play Gears of War. Y'all out here crying. Talking about you're back to, you're going to sell your, how many times you going to sell your Xboxes? Same idiots out here talking about selling Xbox. Y'all just talked about that a couple months ago. You know what the funny part about all this is, Resident and Spartan and chat? It doesn't matter what you do with your Xbox now. You've already paid for it. Microsoft already got your money. The real question is, dummy, are you going to buy a next one? Look, no, I don't want to buy the next one. Well, guess what? The checkmate's already happened for you. You don't get around Xbox. Because, see, if you buy a PlayStation, guess what you're going to be playing? Xbox games soon. The only thing that you ain't going to play Xbox games on right now is Nintendo. Make me laugh talking about I got the next Mario game. Make me laugh. Make me laugh. Go over there and pay them $80. Make me laugh. Make me laugh to make me think that you're going to pay those $80 for those next Xbox games coming after the holidays. Make me laugh. You dudes don't buy nothing. That's why I laugh. You don't even buy your games. That's why I laugh. In order to make anybody believe in y'all, go take care of Marathon when it comes out. That's how you do it. You don't buy nothing else. You take care of your games. How do we know? Because you guys came up with that narrative. But even Marathon ain't exclusive, isn't it? Even that's let you down. Marathon's everywhere. That made PlayStation a third-party publisher, but nobody wants to hoot that. Nobody wants to hoot on that fluke. They want to play over that. They want to act like, oh, that don't exist. Bro, y'all catching L's over there. You catching L's over there, bro. That's all it is. You catching L's over there. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can say that's going to make PlayStation miraculously do something that's going to make you say, wow, the yen is weaker than the dollar than it's ever been. You guys ain't going to just console war that out. Y'all a bunch of dummies. You don't need a fool. You know what? Oh, the whole slate is coming over to the play. Where? We still ain't seen that yet. But I'll tell you what, the whole slate of third parties are coming to PlayStation. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. They're going to come to the shelter of Game Pass. Come on into the house of Game Pass. Nowhere you can get around it. Y'all talking about playing games, right? Well, then we know where you're going to come. You're going to come to Xbox. Yo, I got 2 mics. I got one for Rez. I got one for Spark 117. Yo, Rez, holla at these clowns, fam.
Yeah, so I just think it's funny, you know, when the same old thing happens on Twitter X and on other social media where immediately once a game from Xbox is announced going to PlayStation, all the donkeys immediately say, ha, 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 going to Xbox's third party, ha, ha, ha. All the Xbox games are going to PlayStation, ha, ha, there's no reason to own an Xbox. You know, the same tired narratives you hear every single time. You just laugh, right? It's a funny joke because we don't lose. I mean, we win. Not only do we have Game Pass, but we get all those games on discount. You know, we get perks with those games. They don't. Plus, we're still getting all the first party through Game Pass. We don't have to buy every single one of Xbox's games at $70 or $50 or $60. Some of them paying for that $100 early access edition of Forza, right? That's a laugh, right? They're getting early access to a 3 or 4 year old game. Oh man! So they think one Gears game is really bothering Xbox fans. I mean, they're crazy, right?
That's the thing.
We played that game over and over again, right? Like we played it multiple times now over the years. So they get that game. What's the big deal to us? As long as Xbox keeps delivering on their content with their first party, at least one first party every quarter. They keep offering benefits to Game Pass outside of that. Like I hope they introduce the family plan, which would be another big incentive for families and other new people to join Xbox. I know some people I've seen on the PlayStation side even say that they would get Game Pass if there was if the family plan comes out, or people who already have it but only have the singular Game Pass, but they share with their family. You know what I mean? So really, this only rewards us too because we're going to get more games out of this, right? Not only from Activision Blizzard King, but from their current studios, and then potentially new partnerships, right? Because you've seen that Phil, he flew out multiple times, not only to Japan, but to different parts of Southeast Asia, where I think he had a team that flew out. And Sarah's gone out there too. We've seen that on multiple occasions too. So they're definitely trying to reach out and find all the best developers with all the cool ideas and bring them all together to bring us more content, which the Sony fanboys are paying for right now. That's the funny thing is they either they don't realize it, or like you said, they do realize it and they just want to cap, right? They just want to pretend like it's not happening, right? That it's the opposite, that PlayStation's winning because they've sold the most consoles. You know, we're living in the 90s again, right? I don't think they realize, like General said earlier in the intro, the system's changed. The industry's changed. Everything, the way that we absorb and play games is changing. And Microsoft has 3, 4, 5 steps forward already with everything they're doing. And we're going to be able to access games at one point anywhere at any time. And their cloud will be to the point where it'll be like streamless, right? Where there'll be like very little or no latency. You know, you're going to be able to access your games on any device, anywhere. Your login, cross play, cross save, everything, all the features, and hopefully potentially a quick resume 2.0 that we've talked about off air, Famo, about that. But no, I don't think this. I mean, real Xbox fans and just gamers. I mean, this really doesn't bother us because we already knew this was coming, and they see the numbers, like you said, because they would not keep bringing games to PlayStation unless they were doing well enough for them to want to keep bringing games to PlayStation, and it's a low cost to them, right? It's like Shuhei said on the Sony side. They're basically printing money by porting games to PC. So the fact that Xbox keeps bringing more games to PlayStation, and potentially there are going to be bringing games to Nintendo too. So they're going to have more gamers that are going to be give them the appearance to see more of their games, which they wouldn't have before, because a lot of those gamers are sticking to that platform, right? So they're bringing the games to them. They've said it before. They don't want to close. Phil said he doesn't want a closed ecosystem, a walled garden, which is the console. He wants to expand beyond that and have like everybody play Xbox games. That's why it's part of their whole strategy of bringing their games to everyone, and that's how they increase their subscriber count. You know, with BattleNet too, that they just got through ABK. That's huge as well, because that's incentivizing PC players to get into their platform more and get into Game Pass. And we're seeing that based on an article I saw recently where they saw like a 45% to 50% increase of PC players on Game Pass. That's a huge jump. So they're doing all the right things, Famo. I mean, this doesn't bother us. We don't care about this because we've already played those games. We're playing new games. They're playing old games. That's the funny part. So the fact that they try to clown on us online, it's just, you got to laugh at it, because it's just like, it doesn't affect us in any way. Like nothing's changed in terms of Game Pass. The price is still the same. We're still getting all the games day one. You know, there's nothing that really affects us, really. I mean, these are just a bunch of clowns, right? And I don't even think they really understand what the Xbox Prime is going to be. They don't truly know yet. We kind of have an idea. We've talked about it off air too, about the potential of it, right, Spartan? But it's going to be. What's up?
Microsoft now, from their dick on Sony fanboys' lips, now it's their mouths are open.
Yeah, and that's what they don't realize is like they're not only funding more games for us, but they're funding the cloud, improvements to the cloud, like AI enhancements and introduction into the games, funding for more studios or partnerships for more games.
Yes.
This is all a plus for us. So
thank you for
I'm
funding
happy.
Our E-Day. Thank you for funding our.
Yeah, they are literally, and Forza's doing really well right now. It's been in the top 3 best-selling.
That game there, man. That game. One thing I love about Forza, and I love it that it's reaching more players out. It's like at nighttime, everything turns into neon. They get to experience what a real car simulation feels like. Coming from a banger of a studio that comes with a simulation and a track racing. So not only we have Forza Motorsports for track race, we have Forza Horizon for open world, have fun, go and hit those balls in between gaps that you're flying off with turbo jets and stuff. It's just amazing. I hope other platforms get this game. If not, come join Xbox.
I have a bit of news with that, by the way. I heard some...
Real quick. I want to read this. This is hilarious, all right? This is just hilarious stuff, man, okay? I just want to read this. And don't try to laugh, man, but this game is $39.99 plus tax. 20-year-old game, bro. They got to pay for this. We don't have to pay for this. This is incredible. I get this for free. It does nothing to me. I don't care where you play your video games at. I just want you to jump in. I just want you to keep support. Because guess what? The new legal is not buying any PlayStation games. We're not buying them. We don't care about PlayStation games. We never did. I'm not buying them. That's why PlayStation's still in the drought. Sony told PlayStation fans years ago that they're not enough. You're not enough. So Sony still to this day hasn't made a game that appealed to me that makes me even want to go buy. You know what? If Sony had the technological innovation like Microsoft to understand that I don't want that raggedy ass console. Give me an option to play your games without buying the console, right? And I'm still not paying full price for your games. I'll buy God of War at $19.99. I'm not buying that shit.
We don't even want none of their games.
I'm not buying God of War at $59.99 and walk through that.
All that dog shit at PlayStation. We don't need that. They need us. They don't need. I don't want none of that hack and sack. Go.
I don't want walkthroughs, bro. Listen.
That'll mar the name of Xbox. That's gonna kill the brand. Bring in a place. Fuck that. You know what? Keep the MLB flowing. Keep and whatever like that. You're cool with bringing it on.
Spartan, they don't have multiplayer games, Spartan. That's the bottom.
None of those. That they could keep it. They could keep all that.
Spartan. They don't have multiplayer.
PlayStation games come to Xbox, then I'm gonna be a baby. I'm F it, man. I'm gonna stick to my reef tank, and that's it.
They don't have multiplayer games. They don't have multiplayer games. What are they gonna do? If they don't have Xbox games right now, what do they have?
No, they can keep.
They don't have anything to build a community with. So guess what? Microsoft is extending their olive branch and saying, "Listen, come over here where there's already a community. Get in, get your asses whooped, but at least you'll be in a community." The thing is, we already know what's gonna happen. The PlayStation community has changed. These are kids on the PlayStation. These kids are not coming off of Fortnite. They're not coming off of Roblox to come play Gears of War Reload. They're not doing it. This is for the veterans. And if this is for the veterans, then we damn sure know the PlayStation fan base ain't coming over there. See, this is all about the FTC and Microsoft saying, hey, listen, we're not scared to put our games anywhere. Notice what they're giving them. They're giving them 5-year-old games. They're giving them 20-year-old games. They're giving them games that they've already had as far as third parties. But like Residence was saying, they don't have a Valve. They don't have South of Midnight. They're not getting into these Unreal Engine 5 games because I've already told you, name me 3 PlayStation games. Forget Xbox, forget Nintendo. Give me 3 PlayStation games from last gen to this gen. Give me 3 that dealt with Unreal Engine from 4 up. Give me 3. You can't find them anywhere. So this whole notion to just think that, oh, miracles are about to happen and PlayStation's fixing to invest in Unreal Engine 5, okay, you got a better chance of seeing a pig fly.
Hey, man. They still don't have
Xbox has announced Gears of War Reloaded, and it's coming to PlayStation 5. Posted on Xbox Wire, the game has confirmed for Sony's current gen console, as well as PC and current Xbox systems. It's set to release on 26th of August, 2025, retailing at $39.99, which is hilarious to me. That's big pimping.
Please don't bring no PlayStation games on Xbox.
And can be wish list right now on the PlayStation 5 on the PlayStation Store. You can wish list it. Look, Gears of War Reloaded is a remaster of the very first game in the series. It is set to feature crossplay and cross-possession again across all platforms. The remaster brings the Xbox 360 title up to date with 4K resolution and smooth frame rates, 60 frames per second in the campaign, and 120 frames per second in multiplayer. That just knocked them out. They don't have TVs like that. They ain't got games. We got 20-year-old games.
Ooh,
that is more.
Thing.
Let me.
One thing. I'm sorry, and it's all.
You good, Spark?
Get ready to sign up for Microsoft accounts for this game.
I'm about to get to that, Spark. You ruining it. It's gonna get fun. Grab your popcorn. Watch your fishies in your tub. It's
the
about
weed,
your
fam.
tub.
It's the
I'm sorry,
weed.
in your tank. It's about to get funny, famo. I've been messing with Spartan with his fishes in his tub, y'all. That was a little inside joke. But anyway.
Tropicals.
Originally released in 2006. You can't make this up. This game is 19 plus years old. Gears of War Reloaded brings the full experience forward once again, enhanced for the latest hardware across multiple platforms, introducing the Gears of War franchise to new generation of players. Okay, all right. We're going to see just how great these new generation of players. Total nice cracker. Hey, we're going to see just how many of these new generation of players are going to come to Gears of War. Code developed by the Coalition, Sumo Interactive, and Disbelief. Reloaded comprises everything from Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Nice, meaning it includes the main game alongside all of its post-launch DLC. Cool. So this game will be everything that was done on console and on PC. Yes, the original Gears of War was extended on PC and it was actually longer. The campaign can be played in a 2-player local co-op, while there are online multiplayer modes for up to 8 players. You will not need a Microsoft account to play online, but if you do sign in with a Microsoft account, you'll be able to take advantage of full cross-play and cross-progressive support. Okay, so that's where the PlayStation community ends. Right there. So they're going to limit themselves to just play the game online. That's it. They're not going to cross-play. They're not going to get no progressive support. I'm letting you know that right now. They don't even know what it is to get into this war. They're going to go the weakest route ever, if they even buy the game. In addition to the bumped up resolution and performance, this 19-year-old game is more advanced than 95% of the PlayStation games out. This game is 4K 120. Helldivers ain't even 120. Name me one new PlayStation 5 game where they're hitting 4K 120. I'll wait. In addition to the bumped up resolution and performance, Reloaded supports VR. Thank goodness for Xbox, right? HDR, spatial audio, Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos, which we already know they ain't getting it. Those Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos, that's Xbox stuff. That's Xbox stuff. And 0 loading screens in the campaign. Look at that. Look at that power of the mighty Xbox. Gears of War Reloaded brings this previously Xbox exclusive franchise to PlayStation for the first time and is the latest in Microsoft's efforts to bring its first-party catalog to other consoles. Check this out. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Age of Mythology, Retold, Forza Horizon 5, Doom, Dark Ages of Empires 2, Definitive Edition, The Outer Worlds 2. That's how you know the damn media don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Dark Ages ain't no first-party game of Xbox. The Outer Worlds 2 ain't no first-party game of Xbox. And Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is not. Those were all third-party games that were already being made. It's just the only situation of the reason is Microsoft bought the ABK deal. They bought ZeniMax. That's it. Remake Station 5 says, I don't know if I want Dirty Ponies playing Gears. It's meant for the bros, not incel pony weirdos. Famo, don't worry. They're not going to buy the game. They're not even going to indulge in it, famo. We can't wait to see the numbers. Just watch. Just watch. They're going to hide. You see all that shit that they got to do? They're not fixing to do that, bro. Who they kidding? They going to do all of that for a 19-year-old game? You really believe that? You know we don't. You know we don't believe that. It just is what it is. It shows you that Microsoft isn't scared. The yen is weaker than the dollar. You're not going to have PlayStation games fluctuating all around these platforms like Microsoft does. You're just not going to see it. The yen is weaker than the dollar. That's why. The only thing, this is exactly why PlayStation don't have an infrastructure for multiplayer games. Because if you put that out there, in the future, you're going to have to crossplay at some point in time. The yen is weaker than the dollar. Forget it. Xbox checkmate everybody. That's it. They'll buy for the campaign. They'll walk around that game like it's nothing. They got to learn how to active reload. It's going to be funny watching these clowns, bro, play a real game. A 19-year-old game is going to give them one of the best experience ever in gaming. A 19-year-old game. This is facts. Come on in, Rez.
I got some news for everybody. Get everybody a little hype. I think we kind of expected this a little bit because it's been long enough, but there's rumors that we're going to see Forza Horizon 6 at the showcase.
Famo, look. All these introduction games, I love it. All these introduction games, right? Because they'll never be able to say, well, we never, it was just like when we got Crash Bandicoot. We didn't care about no damn Crash Bandicoot. But we finally got Crash Bandicoot 20 years later. The PlayStation community was like, oh, well, it was never your game.
They didn't want Crash anyway.
Honestly,
right. It was never your game.
PlayStation community has ruined gaming for all with their sappy, half-baked behaviors. They didn't play none of those games, man. They only played block-looking Lego games. What did they play, guys? Only first parties that they had. That's it. Any new IPs that came, just Killzone killed itself. Don't sit there and play any of those.
That's right, Spartan. They don't
I'm
take.
Sorry, guys, but these guys made the PlayStation to be like more of a home entertainment unit than a gaming machine, and they've said that too when they released the PlayStation 2. That's where the Xbox came out cooking with the Xbox. You want to sit there and mess with our computer PC living room and game? Oh, here you go. They had no quality games out. All they had was games. That's it. None of them hit awards unless it's by one of these groupies that they got paying on the side and sponsoring for every post that they make. But other than that, the only reason why they're rich like that because of their movies, their TVs, their Walkmans, DVD, CDs. Sure, they invented it. They profited off that. Yet with the console space, I don't think they're gonna make it that far. Even what's that dude that looked like the Mark Cerny, he looked like that Willy Wonka guy coming out and had to backtrack and sugarcoat, talking about we don't do PlayStation 5 Pro like that now because of the XX2 math packing. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Xbox One X came out, they doubled up, tripled up on that, and they gave it to us, and we saw that difference. We felt
on it.
We that super sampling that Kareem Chowdhury put on the table. I'll be honest, 10 times better than the FSR from AMD. I put on Xbox One X, Halo 5. It clears everything. That's the tech. We need that guy back, man. Whoever's hearing this, Phil. I know you may not hear this, man, but if one of your homies know you, bring Kareem Chowdhury's super sampling back. PlayStation 5 Pro tried it with that, failed. It's just the PlayStation 5 with the butterfly GPU like the PS4 Pro. That's going to sound like a hot engine when GTA 6 comes out. Just watch.
Ooh.
It's going to melt. Liquid everywhere. Rest mode, dead mode.
We got a prophecy in our hands.
They're not going to enjoy it. If they
you hear this, Resident?
With Final Fantasy, they're going to overheat GTA 6.
Oh man, if the jet engine's gonna crank up, we shall see.
You know
what this reminds me of? You know what this reminds me of? Spartan 117. This is funny. Spotty. Shout out to Spotty King for this one. He sent me this message. Imagine being married, relying on another woman outside your house to provide you food. That's exactly what Xbox is doing to PlayStation. That's hilarious. Spotty King right here. What's up? I heard some top PlayStation gamers saying they are turning off crossplay for Gears of War Reloaded. They're running scared. Of course they are. Of course they are. Donut says donkeys try to project their childish behavior onto Xbox gamers. We don't care about the stupidity they try to troll about. Facts. We don't. It doesn't even faze us, bro. I don't care about a 19-year-old game coming. I don't care about y'all playing a video game. What's that doing to me? You don't have quick resume. You don't have velocity architecture. You don't have that. You don't have Dolby Vision.
Ammo, they have game cards, right?
They got game cards. They got Red's over here left. Red got game cards. But what are we doing out here, man? Y'all be acting like y'all really got a one up on something. Look, I'm gonna end this too. I'm sick of this too, right? Let's just, if I'm gonna take all the air out the room, let's take all the air out the room. Let's do this. Let's see, where is it at? Let's see. Is it in that one or is it in this one? Oh, hold on. I think it was in here. Okay, so for all of y'all out here who really don't know nothing about PlayStation, but you have one, you came to the right show tonight because you're going to find out exactly where PlayStation makes its money from. So the question is, how does Sony make most of its money? Sony generates revenue through film production, music licensing, subscription services such as PlayStation Plus, and Sony Entertainment Services, particularly Sony Pictures and Sony Music. Notice what they did not say. They didn't say they make their money from console sales. From the hardware sales, subscription software, and entertainment content to financial services, the revenue drivers are all well diversified. Now watch this. This is gonna hurt them. Sony generates more revenue. Okay, more revenue from subscription services like PlayStation Plus than from what legal? Console sales. While console sales contribute to a significant portion of Sony's revenue, that they think that's actually like making money. When you say revenue, they just, I don't know what's wrong with donkeys. They hear the word revenue and they just gear up. I don't know why they be gearing up for the word revenue, but it makes a portion of Sony's revenue, meaning it makes a portion of Sony's bulk that has to go out to stores. All right, that's what the console sales do, especially the PlayStation 5 generation subscription services like the PlayStation 5 Plus has proven to be a consistently profitable stream of income. So here's more of the detailed breakdown. Console sales. While the PlayStation 5 is the most profitable console generation to date, meaning sales-wise, Sony also makes a profit from game sales and peripherals. That's where they make the money from. Here's another one. Subscription services. It's sad that they got donkeys out here talking about things that don't make them the money. It doesn't make them the money. You have to understand something, people, where the money comes from. It does not come from console sales. It comes from services, accessories. So when you talk about a console sale, you're talking about nothing. In 2025, you're talking about nothing. This is exactly why they said that the metric for success are no longer in the console sales anymore. So if you're one of these people that are still trying to make a narrative for console sales in 2025, check yourself.
It's all about the MAUs.
Facts. Check yourself. Because even Sony has told donkeys, listen, it's all about engagement. We don't have engagement. We don't have nothing. It's all about returns. You must buy these remasters. You must buy these old ass IPs so we can make our profits, flip our profits off them, because we ain't made profits off of them. So now you got Gears of War Reload, and you think that's going to help that problem? That's an Xbox game. But PlayStation has nothing. So they're trying to get people, these games that Xbox are doing, Xbox mission is to gain more customers on its platform by any means necessary. They don't care if it's got to go on PlayStation. It's up to the PlayStation community that's going to make Xbox stick around. Look, I'm being funny, right? They actually think that if they don't buy an Xbox game, that's going to kill out Microsoft. Let me give the ladies and gentlemen a key fact here. Games like Forza Horizon 5 has 45 million active users on it. They did that before they passed the baton to PlayStation. Xbox did that. We don't need PlayStation fans to make our games great. We never have, never will. This is called expanding the Xbox brand. That's what this is. That's all this is. And since the dollar is more powerful than the yen, it can go further. Don't get mad at Big Bank. So I've been telling you that Big Bank takes Little Bank for years. The dollar is going to go further than the yen. That's why the yen is limited. That's why PlayStation stays in a kennel while Microsoft roams the wild. It goes wherever it wants to go. You want people in 2005 to confine themselves to a damn kennel. And you want to justify that from a console sale. Well, they sell consoles. Well, you heard what PlayStation said. Well, you heard what Sony said for PlayStation, right? Don't care about that shit. They want engagement. It's not the metric for success anymore. Why do you think they're not talking about it? Notice, when was the last article you saw talked about console sales, Resident? Chat Pat, when was the last article you saw ranting about how many consoles the PlayStation 5 has sold? Resident? When was the last?
I think when they hit 50 million or 70 million maybe.
You don't hear that as a main driver anymore. And you damn sure don't hear
they don't talk about it.
PlayStation Plus subscription sales numbers. You don't hear none of that shit no more. Why is that? Because that subscription is down. That's why. That number don't go over 47 million. That's why. So who cares? Only the scary fairy are going to be stuck. The werewolf is out, man, howling at the moon. Xbox is howling at that moon, going wherever it wants to go. Everywhere it wants to go, y'all. It ain't stopping. You don't make it look bad because you want to laugh your little tears away, because really you're mad. You're mad. They don't like the fact that Xbox is over there on PlayStation. You ain't fixing to do shit. You're not fixing to do a damn thing. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. The only game you got coming out is Ghost of Yote. You don't have nothing. So might as well Xbox keep dropping these games out. You gonna get Marathon? They come out the same month. Make us laugh. That's sad that Gears of War Reload is going to be talked about more than Marathon.
They'll probably talk about it more than Ghost of Yote.
So basically, right, like I just heard this news, like not even like half day today. So basically, it's a Gears of War remastered for PlayStation 5. If I come correct, the Reloaded? Or is it the weed?
Yeah, it's the Ultimate Edition, but remastered which the Ultimate Edition is a remaster. So it's a remaster of a remaster.
The experience that these guys are gonna get playing this game is gonna be unbelievable. Hey, if you're a Sony fanboy, please get this game and play it. I'm serious. Play it on horde mode. Enjoy it. It is crazy. Turn off the lights and turn on your Atmos if you have one. Sound bar, cool, but nothing beats the rear surround speakers. Definitely get that game, man. I enjoy everybody playing this. The exclusivity is over with, so suck it up, fanboys. Enjoy gaming everywhere and anywhere you want. In that PS5 dudes, man. PS5 dudes, you hear this? Play that game. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. They come out with number 5. Play it, and thank you for funding E-Day.
It's true. No, it's true.
Enjoy the game.
Baby still playing facts.
Play it. Enjoy it. They sit there and think bro, I played that 2006, bro. 19 years ago. I don't play it no more. I'm waiting for the new one to come out. We've all experienced it as Xbox gamers and as a community, and many of them are still on those servers kicking up rocks and doing it. Even Master Chief Collection servers are hot right now. That's the whole point of a game. Put it out there and have consecutive. Halo 3 came out. That video game had 3 million consecutive players every night, if I come correct. That's how gaming is supposed to be. If I put out a mixtape and I only have 50 people out of 100 people listening, what am I doing? Why am I just keeping it to this crowd? Why can't I give it to that crowd, see how they like it, or the other crowd on the other side? That's another 50. And that my goal has achieved, and I have exceeded it by 50. It's like, enjoy gaming, man. Like, don't sit there and come to my post or Rise's post or Legal's post or anyone's post from chit chat. Your games are third party. No shit. They said it with the FTC. We got a 10-year deal. We're gonna put games and see what's up with you people. You sat there and you said no. Well, here we say yes. Let's see how you stack up with all of that nonsense that you had in the trials.
They secretly wanted Xbox games. They just didn't want to play them on Xbox console. They want to play on the PlayStation.
If Xbox
controller, look, PC people even use controllers, bro. They don't use keyboard and mouse all the time.
Yep.
Who cares where you play that game? You gotta buy that game for that company. It doesn't matter. You gotta look, y'all. The last thing they're gonna do is crossplay. We already know that. But the fact that you're gonna pay $43 for a 20-year-old game is hilarious. We got Game Pass Ultimate. Do you know we got all the Gears of War games at our disposal? And you guys get the oldest version. You get the oldest version. You're paying $43 for it. Damn, Microsoft, you pimping hard, man. Damn. Might as well just go get you. Look, they're not playing a Valve. They're not playing South of Midnight. They're missing out, bro. They're missing out. They don't even know what they want to. They don't even have nothing to play. They're over here just grabbing third party. Look, they fussed about Indiana Jones. They didn't even come out and make Indiana Jones outstanding, man. See how that
They didn't even watch their own state of play, Famo. The Borderlands.
They didn't even watch that state. Famo, you can't make this up, man. You know, it's sad. What a resident gamer just said. You know, that's sad.
Supposed to be about Sony games, not multi-platform games. The state of third party. They should just change it, right, Famo?
You know, it's sad. 500,000 people didn't even watch it. Now, you got to look at it. There's 15 million PlayStation fans subscribed to PlayStation on YouTube, right? The state of play before This one was on February the 12th, right? It had 2.5 million. This last one only had 1 million. That's it. That's all they had. Out of 70 million console owners, only 1 million came to watch that show. What does that tell y'all?
69 million of them were doing the 69 on their Pornhub. None of them do any of that. That's
watching porn, famo.
Yeah, man. They dry right now. Summertime's coming up. They need water, man.
But let's be realistic, right? I'm not saying that 1 million people. I'm not a donkey, right? So I'm not gonna sit up here and say, well, 1 million people, that's not a lot of people. That's a lot of people. But what we're talking about is you lose a 0.5, when you lose 1.5, you lost a lot of people. There was a lot of people that weren't interested into it. There was more people not interested in watching than it was watching. That's how you look at that. There's an offset. But at the same time, right? What do they have? Even Borderlands 4 was like, hey, we'll just do a show for y'all. Shouts to Mike Johnson. Welcome, fam. They'll just do a show for them because they don't have anything. This Gears of War Reload, man, it's great. My personal opinion, everybody wants to know what my personal opinion is. It's going to be more fun if they put their money in for crossplay. If they don't, they're just wasting their time. It's sad to pay $43 and you don't utilize your $43. That's sad. Look, the inevitable is you're gonna get your ass whooped. That's going to happen. Okay, so don't be scared of that. Get on in, pay for crossplay, get your ass whooped, but at least you validate your purchase. If you just get that game and you just played for the campaign, you wasted your money. That's all it is. Because the power of Gears of War is in its multiplayer. Master Jazz 09 says, don't let Sony fanboy try and gaslight you into hating Xbox. We have been getting nothing but bangers in Game Pass and just great games. Master Jazz, speak on it. Tell them one more time, famo. Don't let Sony fanboys try and gaslight you into hating Xbox. Why? Because they don't have shit. We have been getting nothing but bangers in Game Pass and just great games. Facts.
Xbox.
It's a real day when me and Mike Johnson agree. It's a beautiful day. But I don't think anything is wrong. I don't think anything. Nope. Co-op campaign isn't great enough for Gears of War. It's never been. It's never been, Rachel. Never been. You got to play that game on insane for me to even look at you when you play.
You know what that state of play told me, famo? That's all Sony has to offer this year is multi-platform games and Ghost of Yotei. One first-party game all year. I mean, what else do you need Sony to show you? I don't get why these donkeys don't see it. Like they're not bringing the games anymore. Like what's so enticing about that platform?
I don't want Ghost of Yotei. I got Assassin's Creed. I got Assassin's Creed Shadows. I already beat it. Well, I want to play Ghost of Yotei for. Don't need it. It's generic. It's a generic version of the real thing. It's generic. You want Gears of War? Come on inside Gears of War. Come on inside that door. Don't grab it. Play that campaign on easy and put that game away and waste your $43. Put some hours in. Get on in here in this multiplayer tactic.
Turn that crossplay on.
Get your ass. I'm telling you right now, it's just getting your ass whooped. That's it. That's just all that's gonna happen. Those controllers, that controller ain't even meant for Gears of War. It's not even meant for Gears of War. Reggie said, Baby says we'll destroy the Key League Award. Exactly. Baby says we'll get the Gotti of the Year. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. Don't understand what Master Jazz just said. Anybody that doesn't understand this don't understand nothing. And I know the Xbox community ain't that lost. I'm talking to the real ones. I'm not talking to centaurs and half-breeds and all of that shit that don't really understand the language. I'm talking to the ones who speak Xbox fluently. You don't get shaken up about any of this. This is just a great experience to bring forth more ass whooping. I don't care. I don't care. As if the PlayStation fan is willing to buy the Xbox game, guess what that says to me? That they're willing to make sure that Xbox sticks around. See, you can't do that the other way around. You can't do that. Xbox gamers are not begging. We're not begging. We're not even looking for PlayStation games. It's a whole different avenue over here. We don't need to look for it. We go and play Helldivers 2, that's going backwards for us. We play real multiplayer games. Straight up. Straight up. Our multiplayer game's been out here for over 20 years, bro. 20 years. 20 years. Some 14, 15 years. It's crazy. We have campaigns and we have multiplayer games. Sony don't have multiplayer games or live service games. What are we talking about? Look how friendly Microsoft is, man. They're not scared because the dollar is more powerful than the yen. This is the used car lot. This is the used car lot method that I've been talking about, that we've been preaching about. Raz comes up. I want to trade this car in. I want to get that Bentley. Okay. He trades his car in. The Bentley puts that bad boy, the Bentley dealership puts that bad boy out there. Spar 117 is like, you know what? I got my cousin out here. She's about to go to college. She needs a brand. She needs a car that's going to be reliable. Oh, we got this car sitting out here that we just got. We over here in the used car lot. We think you like it. Spar 17 goes over there. He says, I like it. I like the way. Can I test drive it? Okay. We test drive it, man. I really like it. I like the way it looks. I like the way everything's about it. You know what? How much? It's this amount. You know what? Great. What I need to put down? Oh, you don't need to put down anything because you got good credit. Okay, good. I want to get this out. They get it back out. They sell it again. They get money out of it again. Spar 11's niece gets out of college. Spar 11 has no more flavor for it anymore. Guess what? No need for it. Takes it back to the dealership. I want to trade this out. Dealership gets it again. Guess what? Raychi's like, you know what? I'm going to college. I need a ride. I'm not asking nobody to be taking me around. I need something where I can just roll around with. Oh, we got this car over here in the used dealership lot. You'll like it. Hey, it's 2025. This car was a 2017. How many owners has had? Oh, it's had 2 owners. How many miles? About 175,000. You know what? It's good. You know what? Let me test drive it. Man, this car is really good. People been kind of light on it, man. It's all right. You know what? Hey, I just need something for college. This car's reliable. Guess what? He gets it. He gets it. He said, my first ride was a PT Cruiser. Not bad. Not bad, famo. He gets it. Now his 3rd owner. Rachie comes back. You know, he puts about 75,000 on it. He's out of college. Now the car is around 250,000. Guess what? Somebody needs a brand new car, like Rachie just said, his first ride. Some father comes in, hey, my son, I don't want to pay that much, 2,000-3,000, whatever. My son, hey, we got a car right for you. Let's look at it. I mean, I like the way it looks. Still paint good on it. You know what I'm saying? Runs good, cranks right on up. You know, some people put some years on it, 4 more years on it. So now it's a 2029. It's got about 250,000 miles on it. But guess what? My son just needs something to go to work, build up his money so he can get his new ride, you know, and he just needs something to go to work in. His first car. You know, that's it. $2,000-$3,000. Fine, I got that right now. Pay cash for it. Boom. Look how many times. Look how many times that one car has been flipped, Master Jazz. Nobody's going to say, damn, that dealership's dumb as hell. Nobody's going to say, those customers look stupid. That's how you make money in the real world. Nobody would keep a fucking old-ass game just sitting on their platform. We don't play it no more. You don't hear Xbox fans talking about Gears of War multiplayer, the original. We don't play it no more like that. It's just sitting there. I commend Microsoft to say, you know what? Let's crank this back up. Let's get the nostalgia for Gears of War back up. Let's do this remake. Let's do this reload. Let's upgrade it. Let's put it on as many platforms as we can. Let's initiate crossplay by choice. And let's see if we can get the biggest audience that this game's ever deserved. Because the 25th anniversary is right around the corner. And this is the 20th anniversary of Gears of War. I don't see a damn thing wrong with it. And as this becomes popular, or if PlayStation fans, Steam fans get into it, the new generation. Notice I said the new generation. They get and they like it, and E-Day comes, and the only place they can play E-Day is on Xbox. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to find a way to get that Game Pass or that Xbox. One of the two. Because you can't get Game Pass on PlayStation, ladies and gentlemen. And you can't get Game Pass on Nintendo, ladies and gentlemen. There's only two places to get Game Pass, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to say this one more time. When the new Xbox comes out, and it's the only one with games that are next gen, what is that going to automatically make those games? Resident, Spartan, Jetpack. By default, what is it going to make those games? Exclusives.
Exclusives, yep.
Nobody wants to use that word. See, when you say Xbox exclusive, makes people mad. Exactly, he did. As he should. He's running a business, Mike Johnson. Exactly. Say that with conviction. I can say it with conviction. You're saying it as if that was a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Phil Spencer volunteered those games to PlayStation. Exactly. And PlayStation fans are going to voluntarily pay $43 for a 19-year-old game. See how that works?
$74.
You see how that works? They're gonna come out here and pay full price for Doom Slayer. Full price for that. That's beautiful. Microsoft third-party publishing is in effect. It's beautiful. But you notice how that clean slate theory has ended. And as we know that Phil Spencer has also let the Xbox community know that there are more games that are about to drop that we didn't even know that were in development. PlayStation fans wouldn't even be getting Ninja Gaiden 4 if it wasn't for Microsoft. Another decision. They wouldn't even be getting it.
They're going to be the biggest publisher on all platforms, Famo, eventually. Nintendo, everybody.
Right. Now, Raichi, Dolan Knight, the chat pack, 30 below and all. Let me say this. Let me say this one thing. Since Mike Johnson is here too, he's representing the great side of PlayStation fans, right? Mike Johnson, you the only one in here standing tall, right? So I'm going to say this. For all PlayStation fans that don't think that Sony's not going to do the same thing, it's going to be a sad day for you when this shit starts happening. I'm just here to tell you the truth that PlayStation is going to do the same damn thing in the future. Whatever Microsoft does, Sony's going to do. You know why? Because we just heard today just how much worth Nintendo is. Nintendo is worth $100 billion. $100 billion. That's just 10 more billion than Sony. Sony's worth 90 billion. Sony's just 10 more billion than what Xbox makes in a year. 80 billion. But you want to know what's crazy? When you talk about a $3 trillion company, $100 billion looks like $1,000. I wouldn't even go that far. That's being too hateful. I'll say 3 trillion compared to 100 billion looks like $100,000. There you go. You think a $3 trillion company is going to do what a $100,000 company does? Stay off that glass.
The most valuable company in the world now, Famo.
It is. It is. And I love the way Microsoft is just doing whatever it wants to do. Notice how Microsoft isn't catering to weak-ass Xbox fans. Notice. Oh, I'm good. You know what Microsoft was saying? Leave. Leave. A company that understands its vision ain't shaken by emotional tantrums, by grown-ass people. We're not even talking about kids. These are grown-ass men acting like this. You got people on Twitter that portray themselves as DC characters and Star Wars characters every day. That's what we got. People running around acting like the Joker in our console space. That's in the PlayStation console space. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm making Joker famous tonight. But guess what? Joker don't add up to me when it comes to playing games. That's why my profile will forever haunt him. You can't get rid of the new legal, because the new legal is a game attack. As long as Xbox is allowed, the new legal's allowed. That's it. It's that simple. Everybody knows where to find me at. They find me on Di-RRec Gaming, where I've been at. I didn't start on Twitter. I didn't start on Facebook. I didn't start on Instagram. I didn't start on Threads, TikTok. I started on console gaming. I started in the arcades. I was outside. That's where I started at. We down here in the streets, man. That's where we at. That's why everything else is just funny to us. Everything else is funny to us. It's all about gaming over here, man. You mad because other people get to play a video game? Something wrong with you. I come from the era where we play video games, bro. Have to keep reminding people that. Yeah, y'all get it confused. We know y'all are vaginal, and you take truth over feelings as console wars. We get it. But legal don't do console wars. I do truths. That's what I do. That's what I do. Whether you like it or not. Console war has been dead. I've waved that white flag a long time ago. I threw my hands up. Yup. Xbox ain't gonna win console wars. But I'm gonna tell you what Xbox is gonna win, where the money makes the most. And that's in content and services. And I'm proving that even to this day. That's where Xbox is winning at. And it's showing. Look how beautiful it's showing. So if you're a fan of Xbox, you got to keep feeling good. Go home, play your games. Play your games. You know why you're an Xbox fan. Like the realest used to say. Xbox fans know why they're Xbox fans. We all know. There's no need to get mad, bro, over a 19-year-old game. Let's see just how much the PlayStation community cares about us. Since we're dying, since we're a dead platform. Rez, let them know where they can find you at, man.
Yeah, you can find me here on Di-RRec Gaming, or you can find me on Twitter at Desert Gamer.
Spot 117, where they can find you at, man?
Right here on Di-RRec Gaming.
I want to say shouts to the panel, man. Games Traders couldn't make it tonight. We know the realest one. He's extra busy, going through some things. We got his back. We here for him. He'll be back. Man, putting in a lot of hours, taking care of business. Yo, the chat pack. You know we ain't got nothing but love for you. We ending. Xbox International. That daggum Lou. We're ending, Lou. I'll be damned. He came in at the last minute. But we got you. We got you, famo. We about to end the show. Shout outs to Lou. Shout outs to Crazy Lou and the Xbox International podcast. Shout outs to the chat pack that's always in here on the ones and twos. Shout outs to Mike Johnson. Always standing strong for the PlayStation brand. We don't care. Right? We don't care. If Mike Johnson gets Gears of War, he activates his crossplay, he hits us up, legal, I'm coming to whoop you, and he gets his head knocked off, I can't talk about him. I'm going to talk about the rest of you lames dodging it. I can't talk about him. Because he came in. He came in. That's respect. If you're going to do Gears of War, do Gears of War right. I got a chance to break it down, show these PlayStation fans the greatness of Xbox games. No, we out here to spread the gospel of Xbox. Look, the way I remember coming up, you had to bring somebody to your house and let them play your console. Wasn't that right, Resident? You couldn't talk about, hey, just come over, man. I want to show you this. Once they got their hands on it and they can see for themselves, that's where the change began. Do all the talking in the world. So if a PlayStation fan gets that game, comes over here where we at, hey man, I want to play with y'all. If a PlayStation fan says, can I play with y'all? To the Xbox community, let them play with y'all. Show them the greatness of Xbox. Show him. Because once he sees it, he ain't gonna want to go back. I told you. I've been telling y'all for years that I live by that motto. In order to sell me a PlayStation, you gotta lie to me. I've been saying that for over 20 years. You can't tell me the truth about PlayStation and expect me to want to buy that shit. Can't do it. Doesn't make sense. Even to this day. Even to this day. Yo, I go by the name of the new legal man. It's been Di-RRec Gaming. I want to say thanks to everybody. I want to thank everybody that comes out here on the ones and twos with us day in and day out. We've been putting a lot of work in. And like I said, I needed something to get me going again. And it was the future of Xbox. What Microsoft has now confirmed for me is what I always wanted it to be. I'm so excited about the next Xbox that I don't even really care about this generation anymore. This generation, compared to what the next generation can bring, doesn't even parallel. I'm like, you know what? I'm just here, just going through it so I can get through it. And so I'm hyped. I got a lot to talk about. We're here. We're here, famo. We're here. We're not going anywhere. I want to see everybody come into the next generation fired up. Fired up, because I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Xbox. I can't wait to see all these storefronts. Y'all talking about I'm leaving Xbox. Leave. I bet you I'll be right here on Xbox, and storefronts will be at my disposal. Play whatever the hell I want to play. This has been Di-RRec Gaming. If you like what we're about, don't be scared to subscribe to this channel. Don't be. It's nothing to be scared about. The boogeyman does not reside here. There's no reason for you to be scared at night when you come to this channel. So we say, Welcome to the League of Extraordinaires. This is the X League podcast, where we bring gaming back to the streets back to gaming. I want to give a special shout out to the members. I want to give a special shout out to JyzalRec. I want to give a special shout out to the chat pack. This is all about the X League. Get you a key, get into the infinite rooms, make yourself at home. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Never miss a beat on the ones and twos. Remember to always keep it gaming. Never tuck your chain. Everybody deserves a one-up in life. Everybody deserves a second chance. Redemption is a beautiful thing. Everybody be careful out there. God bless y'all. And we'll be back for another one. Anytime there's breaking news, we'll be back for another one. Rez, get us out of here, man.
Peace.
Bro.